Welcome to Raw and Real. Today we're taking a glamorous trip back to the 1980s to celebrate 15 iconic Hollywood actresses who left an indelible mark on the film and television landscape. From their unforgettable performances to their stunning looks, we'll uncover their real names, ages during their prime, and how they've evolved over the years. Come with us on this retrospective adventure and pay tribute to the stars who created a Hollywood golden age. Let's begin. Brigitte Nielsen. Brigitte Nielsen, born on July 15, 1963, in Rødovre, Denmark, was a Hollywood pin-up girl in the 1980s, remembered for her dramatic looks and dominating persona. She made her big-screen debut in Red Sonja, 1985, which also featured Arnold Schwarzenegger. That same year, she solidified her status as an 80s icon by portraying Ludmila Drago in Rocky IV, 1985. Nielsen continued to shine in action films like Cobra, 1986, where she starred opposite her then-husband, Sylvester Stallone. In her early 20s during this era, she quickly became a prominent figure in both Hollywood and international cinema. Now 61, Brigitte Nielsen remains busy in the entertainment industry, appearing on reality programs, acting and writing. Her flamboyant personality and unashamed self-assurance continue to enthrall fans, projecting an ageless attitude of strength and glamour. Victoria Principal, born on January 3, 1950 in Fukuoka, Japan, was a household name during the 1980s. Courtesy of her legendary role as Pamela Barnes Ewing in the popular TV show Dallas, 1978 to 1987. Her performance as the caring and strong wife of Bobby Ewing struck a chord with viewers and cemented her position as a TV star. In her 30s, when she was at the height of her career, Principal radiated beauty and charisma that mesmerized fans across the globe. Outside of Dallas, she starred in such films as Earthquake, 1974, and The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean, 1972, demonstrating her range as a performer. Victoria Principal is 74 now and has retired from acting to concentrate on philanthropy and her line of skincare products, Principal Secret. She continues to be an active presence, respected for her work in the entertainment industry as well as for her charitable donations. Cybill Shepherd. Cybill Shepherd, born on February 18, 1950, in Memphis, Tennessee, emerged as a renowned actress and cultural figure of the 1980s. She initially became famous during the 1970s with movies such as The Last Picture Show, 1971, and Taxi Driver, 1976. But her career reached new heights during the 1980s when she starred in the popular TV series Moonlighting, 1985 to 1989, as Maddie Hayes. Featuring alongside Bruce Willis, Shepherd's witty and glamorous performance turned the program into a cultural phenomenon. At the middle of her 30s at the time, she solidly established herself as a top performer. Currently at 74 years old, Cybill Shepherd still acts in television and film, with a starring role in Cybill, 1995 to 1998, and several guest spots. She is also a social and political cause advocate, continuing her work as a skilled and socially aware artist. Joan Van Ark. Joan Van Ark, born on June 16, 1943 in New York City, is most famous for her legendary role as Valene Ewing on the primetime soap operas Dallas, 1978, and its spin-off Knots Landing, 1979 to 1993. In her late 30s and early 40s, she won over audiences with her performance as the emotional and strong-willed Valene, whose complicated storylines of love, betrayal, and survival epitomized 1980s television drama. Her work garnered her critical success and cemented her place as one of the decade's most popular actresses in Hollywood. Joan Van Ark, now 81 years old, is still working in the business, guest starring on TV and plays on Broadway. She is still revered for her television history and is well loved for her classic beauty and professionalism. Kim Novak. Kim Novak, born on February 13, 1933 in Chicago, Illinois, became a celebrated actress of the 1950s and 1960s as one of Hollywood's most legendary stars. Most famous for her hypnotic performance in Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo, 1958. She enchanted people with her dual performances as Madeline Elster and Judy Barton. While her fame had come a little earlier, Novak was still around during the 1980s, acting in movies such as The Mirror Cracked, 1980, with Elizabeth Taylor, and in the miniseries Malibu, 1983. She was by now in her late 40s and early 50s, still captivating people with her looks and abilities. Now aged 91, Kim Novak has a quiet existence away from publicity, dedicating her time to painting and working her art creatively in the form of pictures. She is a beloved icon of Hollywood, fated for what she brought to the silver screen. Faye Dunaway, January 14, 1941. Born Faye Dunaway from Bascom, Florida, is Hollywood's most enduring legend. She burst onto screens in the 1960s and 70s with indelible turns in Bonnie and Clyde, 1967, and Chinatown, 1974, and reigned on throughout the 1980s. Dunaway received an Academy Award for her performance as ambitious TV producer Diana Christensen in Network, 1976, cementing herself as a force to be reckoned with. During the 1980s, she appeared in significant films including Mommy Dearest, 1981, for which her harrowing performance of Joan Crawford entered legend, and Supergirl, 1984. By then, she was in her 40s and generally acclaimed for her authoritative presence on screen. Today, at the age of 83, Faye Dunaway still acts periodically while keeping a lower public profile. A Hollywood legend, she is still lauded for her powerful performances as well as for her lasting legacy in the world of cinema. Linda Gray. Linda Gray, born September 12, 1940 in Santa Monica, California, was a household name during the 1980s following her role as Sue Ellen Ewing in the popular television show Dallas, 1978 to 1991. Married to the manipulative oil tycoon J.R. Ewing, Linda's Sue Ellen was multifaceted, demonstrating vulnerability and strength. The part received her critical recognition and some award nominations, making her one of the top actresses of Hollywood at the time. In her early 40s at the peak of Dallas, Gray was celebrated for her looks, poise, and powerful performances. Today, at 83, Linda Gray continues to be active in acting and theater, starring in numerous projects, including the revival of Dallas, 2012 to 2014. She is also a health and wellness advocate, still inspiring audiences with her ageless beauty and commitment to her work. Suzanne Somers. Suzanne Somers, born on October 16, 1946, in San Bruno, California, emerged as Hollywood's greatest loved actress of the 1980s. She rose to fame after starring as Chrissy Snow, the blonde, comedic, and perky character, in the popular sitcom Three's Company, 1977 to 1981. She became a household name and a cultural icon after playing Chrissy. In the 1980s, she also appeared in Step by Step, 1991 to 1998, and in movies such as Serial Mom, 1994. Somers was in her early 30s when she initially became famous and leveraged her success to diversify into other areas such as health and fitness. Aside from acting, Suzanne was a best-selling author, advocating wellness and alternative medicine. Suzanne Somers died on October 15, 2023, at 76 years old, leaving a legacy of talent, humor, and strength that still inspires her fans. Kris Jenner. Kris Jenner, Kristen Mary Houghton, born November 5, 1955 in San Diego, California, is perhaps more famous as a media figure and businesswoman than as an actress. Though she became internationally renowned in the 2000s as the matriarch of the Kardashian-Jenner clan through the reality TV series Keeping Up with the Kardashians, 2007 to 2021, she had little Hollywood acting career in the 1980s. During that decade, Kris was in her 20s and early 30s and was mostly busy with her family and her marriage to Robert Kardashian. Her influence in Hollywood grew later, using her managerial skills to build a media empire for her children. Now 69, Kris Jenner is a force to be reckoned with in the entertainment world, sitting at the helm of many business ventures. Described as shrewd and fashion iconic, she remains a cultural and entrepreneurial presence. Linda Evans. Linda Evans, born November 18, 1942 in Hartford, Connecticut, was a Hollywood legend through her compelling performances, especially during the 1980s. She became internationally renowned for playing Crystal Carrington on the popular primetime soap opera Dynasty, 1981 to 1989. Her performance as the refined yet stubborn Crystal opposite Joan Collins was her defining role and made her one of the most popular actresses of the decade. In the 1980s, Evans was in her 40s, celebrated for her poise, beauty, and ability to convey depth in complex characters. Earlier in her career, she also appeared in the popular series The Big Valley, 1965 to 1969, further establishing her acting credentials. Now, at 82, Linda Evans enjoys a quieter life away from Hollywood, focusing on personal growth and wellness. She is remembered for her elegance and charity and continues to be a beloved personality in the entertainment world and an icon of 1980s television. Kathleen Turner. Kathleen Turner, born on June 19, 1954, in Springfield, Missouri, was one of the most renowned actresses of the 1980s, famous for her husky voice and dominating presence on screen. She became well known with her star-making performance as femme fatale Maddie Walker in Body Heat, 1981, which cemented her status as a Hollywood star. She continued this success with role icon roles in Romancing the Stone, 1984, and its sequel, The Jewel of the Nile, 1985, alongside Michael Douglas. Turner also excelled in Peggy Sue Got Married, 1986, for which she received an Academy Award nomination. During the 1980s, she was in her 30s, charming people with her sophistication and versatility. At 70 now, Kathleen Turner still acts, concentrating on theater and television. In spite of health issues, such as rheumatoid arthritis, she is still a lasting presence in Hollywood, respected for her talent and strength. Jane Fonda. Jane Fonda, born December 21, 1937 in New York City, is a legendary actress and activist whose career has lasted for decades. She was already a Hollywood legend by the 1980s, but the decade witnessed her perform critically acclaimed roles that left an indelible mark on her legacy. Fonda appeared in 9 to 5, 1980, a comedy classic of office equality, and the Oscar-winning On Golden Pond, 1981, with her father, Henry Fonda. Both were a testament to her abilities as an actress and brought her critical and box office success. During the 1980s, Jane was in her 40s, combining looks, talent, and increasing fame as a fitness leader with her top-selling exercise tapes. Currently at 86, Fonda is still a Hollywood force to be reckoned with, making films, TV, and Netflix's Grace and Frankie, 2015 to 2022. She is also an ardent activist, working on climate change and social justice with grace and determination. Jessica Lange. Jessica Lange, on April 20th, 1949, in Cloquet, Minnesota, is widely regarded as being one of the greatest actresses of her generation. During the 1980s, Lange was very popular and well-received critically for her outstanding performances. In Tootsie, 1982, where she co-starred with Dustin Hoffman, Lange received her first Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. Her powerful performance as repressed actress Frances Farmer in Frances, 1982, earned her an Oscar nomination for Best Actress. Lange continued to reign over the decade with performances in Sweet Dreams, 1985, and Crimes of the Heart, 1986, proving once again her unmatched range and emotional depth. Lange was in her 30s during the 1980s, the height of her acting ability and stardom in Hollywood. Today, at the age of 75, Jessica Lange is still a source of respect within the entertainment industry. She was most recently honored for her work on American Horror Story, proving that her talent and presence continue to endure. Raquel Welch, born on September 5, 1940, in Chicago, Illinois, was a Hollywood legend whose career lasted decades. Although she initially became popular during the 1960s with movies such as 1,000,000 Years BC, 1966, her career continued to be vibrant during the 1980s. In this period, she acted in movies such as Cannery Row, 1982, and The Legend of Walk's Far Woman, 1982, which reflected her talent as an actress. She also had memorable television appearances, with her comedic skills showcased in shows such as Mork and Mindy. In the 1980s, Welch was in her 40s and was famous not only for acting, but for breaking up beauty stereotypes by being elegant and poised. Raquel Welch died on February 15, 2023, at the age of 82. She was remembered as a pioneer for women in Hollywood and left behind a legacy of strength, talent, and ageless beauty that will continue to inspire. Laura Flynn Boyle. Laura Flynn Boyle, born on the 24th of March 1970 in Davenport, Iowa, became a familiar face among Hollywood's leading actresses of the 1980s and 1990s. She came to popularity with her portrayal of Donna Hayward in the cult TV show Twin Peaks, 1990 to 1991, demonstrating her acting skills and distinctive screen presence. Yet another highlight of her career was her role as Helen Jordan in Happiness, 1998, cementing her position as a talented actress. In the 1980s, Boyle was in her early 20s and late teens, capturing the youthful spirit and dramatic intensity of the time. Her looks and acting talent earned her a popularity in Hollywood. Today, at 54, Laura Flynn Boyle is an enigmatic figure who maintains a relatively low profile while making the occasional appearance in independent films. She remains fascinating to audiences with her classic beauty and contribution to movie history. We hope you enjoyed this look back at 15 notable Hollywood actresses of the 80s, discovering their real names, ages, and where they are today. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for upcoming videos.